Hello, hello. So earlier this week, I put out my 2025 LA Marathon video. But if you saw it, you'll see that I didn't really talk about stats. All I talked about was running the entire course without stopping. And that's what I did. Spoiler alert. You'll notice that I didn't really talk about paces or my finish time or my heart rate and all that, all that fun running stuff. So in this video, we're going to open up my Strava. We're going to go through the numbers and also talk about what I've been doing over these past few months that perhaps helped me finish this marathon without the proper training. But first, we're going to mail this hat to my friend Lewis, a supporter of this channel, and then we'll come back and we'll go over the numbers. Oh my gosh, did you see that wind out there? That dang door just about flew out of my hand. Sheesh. So we were going to do this outside so Karma Boy can play, but it's too windy, it's just going to mess up the sound. So we're inside, and we're going to head to my Strava real quick, and we're going to head to the numbers of my 2025 LA Marathon. So as I said earlier, my goal of that marathon was just to run the entire thing. And my training has been awful these past few months because of injury, because of the fires, because of schedule, life, blah, blah, blah. So going into this, I think the longest run I had over the past month or so into this was 13 miles. So I was expecting to start walking at least at like mile 16, 17, and because my training was off, but I didn't. I ran the entire thing. It was awesome. But I didn't do it at like a super fast pace, and I didn't care about that. I didn't care about pace. I didn't care about my previous marathons, all that stuff. All I wanted was to just run the entire course and beat this barrier of me stopping every time, like my brain says, time to stop. I wanted to get rid of that. And I even had a thing where, like, I wouldn't even watch people walking because I did not want to get that in my head. Because in the past, I go, well, if that super in shape person is walking, then I can walk. And I didn't want that happening. So every time I saw a person walking, I started looking down. But yeah, so that was my goal. So we're going to go into the number. I'm going to my Strava and just do a quick little recap of what happened. It's funny is this is actually my first time looking at these numbers because I didn't care. I just wanted to run the whole thing. I didn't care about my numbers, but we're going to dive into them anyway. So let's head into Strava and let's do that. Okay, so according to the LA Marathon, my official finishing time was 4:58:50 with the average pace of 11:24. And so mile one, I took off 10:33, then 9:52, got a little faster there, probably the hills, 10:18. So yeah, I stayed within my 10 to 11-ish mile pace that I wanted to. Did that all the way up until, oh man, look at that, I'm pretty consistent. So, got 11:25, 11:32 at mile 5 and 6. That's okay, that's a steady uphill, I believe. And then as you see in mile 7, the pace started going down. So 10:57, 10:45, and then up to 11:19 again, and 10:44, 10:22, nothing spectacular. But then mile 20, you'll see as my pace was 12:58. And that is because at mile 20, I stopped at our Run for Grace cheer station. Wanted to say hello to the volunteers, thank them for being there, do a little social media stuff with our social media person, trying to get the word out about the fundraiser. And so that's why that was a little low. And then mile 21, which I'm still making up for because at mile 21, that's like when the overpass is. And it's in 14:36. And so at that point, I started at 14:30, I think 22. I think that's like Brentwood. That's when I stopped at the LA Running Club cheer station, said hello to them, got a Coke, and then took off again. And I think I walked maybe 10 steps and I go, nope, I'm running. So I kept on pushing. And even though it was a slow run, as you see, the last few miles was a 12-minute pace, almost, 12:30, almost 12, another 12, 11:16. Then the last 2 miles, I was just like, okay, I'm going for it. And yeah, so those, as I said, I just kept a nice steady pace the entire time. Took it nice and slow, stayed within my own brain. I tried not to get too excited with the cheer groups like I have in the past, and it paid off for me, especially the first 6 miles. So if you're doing the LA Marathon, the first 6 miles, I took it nice and easy. Even though my paces, as you see here, I went a little fast at mile 2. But let's see what my average heart rate was. So my average heart rate was 160. I would prefer to have stayed within like 140. Pretty much any 160-ish range, started at 150 and stayed between 150 and 160. Looks like throughout pretty much most of the race. And then, little mid 160s here and there, mile 19 and 20. That's when I got excited seeing my friends. But yeah, so 160 heart rate, so that's good to know. I know in the future that I could be within a 160 or lower and still run the entire marathon at that pace. Like I said, prior to this, over the past few months, I drank a lot more water because at Long Beach Marathon I bonked, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? And I felt like I was going pretty much as slow as I was here in this marathon. But I realized I was not drinking as much water as I should be, and it hit me at Long Beach. And so these past few months, I've been drinking so much more water. Not as much as I think I should still, but way more than I have been. And when I was on the course, I stopped almost at every aid station. Got every water, got every electrolyte. I had a fuel every 45 minutes. I had a goo, those packs of goo, every 45 minutes. And I had a nice meal the night before. Had some Chipotle, of course. And so I think I was nice and fueled. I got there early. I wasn't stressed out about starting on time, nice and relaxed. And so all these things played a factor in this. And but if you do notice, though, I have seen this is, let's see, it said distance 26.30. And a marathon is 26.2. I understand there's GPS issues. And so, with the buildings and stuff, and I was cutting the corners. Like every time I turned a corner, I would be on the inside of the corner. But I noticed a friend of mine brought up to me that a lot of the people on their Strava, their distance was like 26.4, 26.5, not 26.2. So hopefully that was just like a GPS issue and not a course issue. And if it is, LA Marathon, that's something you probably want to work on, because this is the 4th largest marathon in the United States, and those kind of things shouldn't be happening. It should be pretty close to exact. But hopefully it was just a GPS issue and not a course miscalculation. So let me know, did you run it? How was the distance on your Strava? Was it almost exact? Was it off by like mine is? Just curious. But yeah, that's my breakdown. That's what I did. I drank a lot of water ahead of time. Took it nice and slow, stopped by every water station. I did not let the crowd get to me. And I, of course, whenever that wall hit me, because it happened around like 16 or 17, I made a mental note. I made it really clear to myself, Anthony, push past this. No matter how slow you're going, just keep pushing past it, keep running. And eventually the waves would go like this, from mile 17 on to the end. I mean, I would hit a wave, struggle for about a mile or so, and it would pass. And then again, maybe another mile or so after that, it would come again. And it did that throughout the entire last half of the race, the last 10 miles. But I felt so good that I was able to push past it. Oh my gosh, that was a huge accomplishment for me. So now, going forward, I know the feeling. I know that whenever that pain, whenever that thought of, Anthony, you got to stop, the brain is going to protect you. So don't listen to that. Just keep moving. And unless you have some major injury, then I'm going to stop. But going forward, I now understand the pain of getting past the wall, those waves. And so I feel really good about this. Even though, I got a 4:58, I want to get a sub 4 eventually. But I think I'm on the right track now. Now I just need to dial in my hydration, my fueling, drink more water than I am been drinking, and just keep at it. I think I'm on the right path here. Now I just need to, hopefully my schedule will loosen up here in a little bit, and I could get back to my regular training. So that's that. So tell me in the comments below, how was your finish time? Were you there? Did you enjoy it? Is this something you're going to be doing in the future again? Let me know. I want to hear all about your LA Marathon story. So that's that. That's the numbers of my 2025 LA Marathon. If you have not seen my LA Marathon video, go ahead and watch the video right here.